All right, welcome in everyone to A Programmer Plays Oceanhorn, Knights of the Lost Realm. In our previous episode, we managed to make our way to fortress ruins in the Sinoa Highlands, I believe. And yeah, we're kind of just exploring around. We've gotten a party together, commanding Trin and Jin. Um, got our fire attack. Yeah. So kind of just progressing along. We've made some headway on our challenges. It looks like there's a bunch more, like 70 some more to go, but we'll get there eventually. And it seems like most of these are probably they're probably stuff that we're gonna do naturally. So I don't think we need to like seek them out. We've rounded out our deck a little bit. Wow, Spiderbot has surprisingly high defense. Um, Seems like enemies have a chance of dropping their own Tarok card. Know what this one is. It's a little surprising that it doesn't give you a hint. But I'm sure we'll find it naturally on our own. Yeah. Wonder if I could like go beat up on the training dummy and get training dummy cards. Find out. I think if I turn off my camera, you can see that there's a mini map up there. I think that is telling me that there are two treasure chests and a bloodstone somewhere in here. So that did not work. You hit it?
Trin.
She can. Okay. That makes me a little bit wonder if that bit at the beginning of last episode where I struggled to figure out what I needed to do to get the lever, if maybe originally their abilities were flipped around and that just never got updated. Surprised that it lets me up here.
That must be the entrance to the underpass. Remember to keep moving. It can attack you when slow.
Oh, good, because I wasted that shot earlier. Yes. Whoa! Alright, well, this is an opportunity. Look at some bug stuff. Oh, that just straight up killed me.
Take it easy, Cactos.
Wow, it took a full heart from me. Just then. The fall also took, I think, at least one heart from me. I wasn't super paying attention, if I'm being honest.
Trin. Jen.
Huh. This time I actually saw the little indicator on the floor. Nice.
Is that it? I think we're clear.
That's interesting. That was the same. I died. Interesting that they have a voice line for when you've cleared all the enemies in the area. I appreciate it. Nice. One downside of having these higher fidelity graphics, well, you know, the light and the grass and everything, is that it's easy for your eye to catch on stuff that does not matter. I saw a light spot in the background. I was like, oh, is that an item for me to go collect? A little secret? And no, I don't think it was. It was just, you know, the dappling of the light through the branches. So, that said, okay. This is a fun little, I think, well, it might actually be, huh, yeah. It just happens to work out that the dappling of the light on the tree trunk aligns with where that little secret was inside of the trunk. Is this good? Remember what the bloodstones do for us. And over here, giving me a
Where
minor.
did those pods come from?
Wanted to attack the.
Trin. Trin. Trin.
I was hoping for a card. Did she have a voice line? Did I hear that correctly? That's where the pots are coming from in this setting? It's a pretty funny bit of lore, I'll admit. No. Oh, the automatic roll. Oh, boy, that is a mildly painful run through again. What the? Older seems so suspicious. Corner cases. Ooh. Cool. And I didn't expect that. Okay. Open, and we have cleared this area, so onwards. You can tell that they're really like
Okay, through here.
they are trying to keep the areas like small and contained, probably for performance reasons more than anything else. But there's a definite advantage to sort of like limiting the scope of what the player has to like think about at once. There's a reason why the Zelda games typically keep everything scoped down to a single room. Yes, in the dungeons, you'll sometimes have puzzles that span multiple rooms. Ooh.
Okay, let's continue.
Yes, in the dungeons you'll have puzzles that span multiple rooms, but in general, they keep things like limited to one thing because it's easier for players to keep in their head. Like, okay, I need to worry about this, now I can completely forget it and focus on the thing. Let this be the final resting place for the one who cannot be forgiven. Or
What a creepy place. Let's see what we can find.
lightning cactus. Can't hide from me, Bloodstone. No. Whoa! Can our NPCs be hurt by that? I appreciate that the fire damage that I applied to him stuck through. Shit, I missed hard. And
No!
charging is taking
Don't
a
come
minute.
near me!
That should kill him over time. Did. Ghost. Curious as to whether that's... Wow, that's a tier 6, I guess? Level 6. So, 6 and 7, nice. Well, we know which one I'll be definitely drawing on for the future. Feels slightly inconsistent that I can slash these barrels, whereas in the earlier parts I don't think the barrels were breakable with my sword, but... Oh, nice. Of heart. I do have bombs in my pocket. Very good. And out. And now, bonk.
Come on.
There's Mayfair. We're ready to roll. Behind us, somehow. Oh, video games. That's such a classic video game problem. Hey, we need to move the NPCs around. Like,
Wow. Nice view.
alright, we were sailing in that before, wasn't? Yeah, our town was over there, so that above us, right above our head there, That's the island on the title screen, I believe. Look at this little arch. I'm having a good time with this game. There's good vibes here. Alright, is there anything else I need to worry? The X's on here feel significant to me, but I don't quite get what it wants me to do. Try bombing this. I don't think it's gonna work, but yeah, no. Like we're on top of. Ooh, oh, is it treasure? X marks the spot. Mysterious dagger. Collect all of these and receive a big prize of the knight's order. Alright, well, hold on. We've got a few more X's over here to find. In progress saved right there. Realize we're backtracking. We're backtracking already, but you know what? It's fine.
Ah, Scarabera.
Oh. Where? Mildly concerned about our goodies
Mission accomplished.
going off the cliff, so that's why I was trying to like hit it back inland. Nice. Reckon there's anything down there? Feels likely. When last I played, I saw the X here and I thought maybe it meant like, oh, this house is uninhabited and that's why. I don't know if that it's like dying on its own or what. Fuck, gotcha. Alright, 3 out of 19 daggers. Also, cactus. Oh, Jen doing work. Oh, what there? Go. There, that, like, this to me looks like prime secret. No? Oh, that's a bit of a shame. That was prime secret spot. Alright, well. I'm gonna run over here. Be right back in a second. Oh, got attacked on the way, so y'all are getting roped back in before I thought. I thought this was going to be a purely just me running. I'd cleared out the enemies already. Thought it was going to be just like a boring little section. So I'm glad to see that they actually do just like drop in some enemies to keep you more engaged while you're running through otherwise empty areas. Good. Now I'm afraid to stop recording. Alright, back on track. Assuming just gonna have to pass through here, the X over there, something that we probably can't get to right now. This camera angle seemed like it longer than it should have. Station closed. Alright. Okay, so.
Here we are, at last. Sanoa Station.
It's old. That much I can tell.
When this place was operational, I was a living...
What do you mean?
It's a long story for some other time.
I kind of hate that I cut off his dialogue there. Sounded like there was some interesting stuff that I accidentally, effectively, like, spoke over with my bloodstone.
Let's look around. There's always something hidden. Cactos.
Good old 3-hit combo. Did you just get friendly fire? Oh, surely not. Surely it was just like a
Threat eliminated.
coincidental combination. Alright, found another one of these, which is interesting. Fast travel? They're pretty hands-off with this fast travel. Could have easily not done that. Gosh, I'm so curious now about what's going on over here. Take a gander. Because they said we could come back. Whoop. Rapidly building up the Scarabera equipment. A bloodstone in here somewhere. Oh. Dark troopers are still in the area.
A man or a machine?
Oh, it's not clear whether this is a person or a robot. That's interesting. Sword. We can throw it like a freaking javelin. That's funny. And our throwing of it is as limp as I was expecting it to be. That's funny. Oh, okay. So the game said like some areas will be temporarily unavailable. There we go. The town is temporarily unavailable. I kind of want to like look around for the remaining bloodstone in here, because I'm curious. Like, where was it? How did I miss it? That area is also blocked off over there. Man, the drop rate on the cards is pretty good. I do wish that it didn't always pause when you got a new one. Feels slightly excessive. Ah, there it is. Stop right there. What was that? Oh, it was enemy attacking probably me and hitting the Dark Trooper. Where are my teammates? Out of ammo. Shit.
Ever wondered what's under their helmets? Let's take a look.
Ren is slightly more bloodthirsty sounding than I expected. Surprised that worked. Seriously, where are my teammates? Did I accidentally abandon them somewhere? Or did they get roped into fights that I didn't even see? Yeah, there's a bunch of XP over here that I was not involved in. Oi. Alright, so how does... Okay.
Mission accomplished.
Bro, you kinda didn't help. Okay, cool. Our magnet was enough to get that through. Arcadian High Road, out of order. So I assume that this will open back up once we've done some story stuff. Probably looped back around. Doki. That's a fun little diversion. Did use up our ammo, which is not ideal, but I'm sure we'll have plenty of chance to get it back. Also, the guy that was here is gone. I'm wondering if I'm going to end up disliking the way that that is laid out. Because as it stands, like, it's a little bit of a walk between each one. And I can easily see that get obnoxious when you've got a bunch, you know? Oh, respawn. And I knew that, and yet I hadn't really, like, thought about the fact that you can fast travel between the spots. Or grab whatever this is. Money. Money. I'll be honest, I was hoping for more fire ammo. That fire ammo does seem to do a lot of work.
The gate is closed. How come that doesn't surprise me today? But this shouldn't be too hard to solve, right guys?
Jen! You can ask your friends to help you, son.
Trin. Electrical stuff. Are we about to get a new 1, 2? Okay. One circle, 2 arrow, diamond.
A chest! It's a chest! Yeah.
Jen, very excited about that. Lightning spell container for the caster gun. It can hold 5 units of spells. The capacity can be expanded. Gather lightning material to fill the lightning spell container. I ditched the automaton batteries in the scrapyard outside the wall station manager. Aesthetic of this game is an interesting choice. Do the scrapyard. It kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 15, like that sort of blend of normal, modern stuff with also the fantasy aesthetic.
Let's try to get this train running.
We need power.
Follow those power lines.
Follow the power lines, huh? Alright.
All right, Bug.
Lightning spell.
You had
Use
it
your
coming.
caster gun to activate lightning node targets with a single shot. In order to activate all the targets, you have to keep aiming after shooting and guide the lightning through the targets in the correct order. If you run out of ammo, gather more lightning material nearby. Alright. Okay. Connect the nodes. Gotcha. That was simpler than I was expecting, if I'm being told. Alright, I was kind of hoping I could also... Oh, I have hurt myself. Probably makes sense that these guys, like, if they're electrocuted and you hit your big metal sword, you also get to be electrocuted. It's a fun game we play together. I do like that I know that my
Conflict
teammates
resolved.
are doing stuff behind me. Like, I don't have to be all over the place. Level 5, you are now granted the title of Knight of Arcadia. You carry 7 spells. You get a 100 coin bonus and a small item delivery. You also got your health refilled. Item delivery, you say? That means. I was using that somewhere else, wasn't I? Huh. What is that? No, I've got that on my heart. I'm curious. A little surprised that it lets me up here. Very surprised that it lets me up here. Yes, nice. Didn't even have to do a complex platforming for it. Just floppy disk on a peculiar device that's worth 150 coins. All right, so money. Okay, so I'm going to make the assumption that we need to shoot from here, and we need to follow the same pattern. Aim. Bop. 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 Bop.
It's working. Now let's get back to the train.
We've 100%ed the Cernoa region. Cool. I really love the... If it's below your shoulder, you can jump up on it beforehand. Like, that's such a good idea. Games should do that. More games. Because it's so clear.
I just contacted the Knight's Order with the train's intercom. Archimedes will be expecting to meet us immediately after we arrive at the White City.
Oh, neat. Alright, so the question I've got right now, I know that this is being me, but is this, based on the fact that this is a very straight line, and the map is staying completely still, I am betting that we're standing in a still train car and the world is getting moved around us and will just move on repeat. So hard to pick out identifying features. Say those two rocks there. There they are again. This is actually a pretty small section of repeating land. How many times is it on screen? I want to say, oh, I just saw it pop in actually. There. Cool. So yeah, they've just got some terrain that they keep probably uninstantiating on one end and moving over, or even better, they just change the position of them each time, and there's a modulo operator that changes what size it is. Modulo, if you're not familiar, is it's kind of like a remainder vision. So,
First time in the White City, am I right?
what is it like?
It is a big place with 3 districts, but the biggest of them is the Lower Town, where Master Mayfair has an apartment. The city has seen a lot of changes in the past 20 years, as Archimedes has built the Grand Core underneath it.
Getting big villain vibes off of everything we hear about Archimedes.
My grandfather Archimedes is quite a person. Incredibly intelligent, fierce, and dedicated to his life's work. He's never spent much time with me, though. And he still thinks I'm just a child. Oh, and remember to be polite when you meet him. He can be pretty arrogant about his own importance sometimes, and prefers it if other people know their place.
Tell me more about you.
I was raised by my grandparents, or my grandmother, Calliope, to be exact. Archimedes was always so obsessed with his work on the Grand Core. When my grandmother passed away, Master Mayfair showed me the way of the knights. He is a passionate and loyal protector of the realm.
I know you have been waiting for a chance to visit the White City, but we will meet Archimedes first. It seems like he has something urgent to discuss. Some important mission. I don't know any more than you do, but it must be something important because the order is coming from Archimedes himself. Something serious is going on.
Okay. Make your way to the White City. Oh. I'm actually pretty impressed. It's a little empty looking for a real city, but it looks more like a real city than most RPG towns, you know?
Master Mayfair, sir.
At ease, soldier. Is everything under control?
Yes, sir. His Excellency Grand Regent Archimedes is expecting you and your company in the palace immediately.
Very well. Lead the way.
I am expecting a warm welcome.
Hey, don't worry. We get to do the sightseeing later.
Several fun details here.
Here we are on the brink of greatness. And yet you burden me with your grim news, Master Mayfair.
I'm afraid that is the case, sir. Knights are working hard to find out who's behind the attack on Arn Village.
Ah, it is Mesmeroth. That bitter young warlock has finally decided to try to take the throne from me.
We haven't heard from him for over a decade. Many assume he's dead.
No, he's alive. But I will crush him like an insect. He is no match for me. I built this city with my bare hands. I defended it against the invading Direfolk decades ago. And in the evening of my days, I created this. With the Grand Core, I am finally able to harness the full power of nature for Arcadians and take my kingdom to the next level of existence. I had a little help from the gods on the way. These are the legendary emblems of creation. 2 decades ago, we humans, Aurus and Gilfolk, decided to unite our powers and brought together the emblems of sun, earth, and ocean.
These sacred emblems are divine artifacts given to each kingdom by the gods themselves.
When we gathered the emblems here in the White City, little did we know that removing them from their beacons would wake a demon. An unknown dark energy gave birth to Shadowmaga, a creature that rallied Direfolk armies against Arcadia.
The enemy was defeated, and a new age of prosperity and peace began.
For some of you, that is all you have ever known.
We are facing a new threat now. It could be something far worse than Direfolk.
I was naive to think that the darkness would not return after we defeated Shadowmaga. But that is the reality we live in now. We must repair the damage and suppress the power of the ones who oppose us. We must take the emblems back home.
Shadowmaga were born when the emblems were removed from their pedestals. Is it your plan to return the sacred emblems to stop the Dark Army?
Yes, but not only for that reason. I have already solved every riddle the emblems have to offer. We already have the power of the sun, wind, and water on our side. But my greatest creation yet, the Grand Core, will not be completed until the emblems of creation are returned to their beacons. I want you, my most trusted knights, to take them. You will meet with Ambassador Iron Talon of the Bird People Aurus, and start your journey to Perta as soon as possible.
We will return the emblems, sir. But I am also concerned about the kingdom's safety regarding...
You do not need to worry about Mesmeroth, Master Mayfair. When the snake shows its head, I am more than prepared.
That's some villain shit right there. So, okay. That cutscene, the dialogue was a little funky.
Knights, you heard your mission. Now go on and talk to the ambassadors, while I will visit the Knights' Order and start preparing your trip. Let's meet at the Red Herring Inn in the lower town. Tell the man at the desk that Hermit sent you. Is that clear?
That cutscene was the writing was just a little clunky. Some of that might be translation. Some of it, it's like my most trusted knights. It's like we've literally never met. The main character and Archimedes have literally never met before, and he's like most trusted guy. Are you? And your granddaughter's been talking about how like you didn't have time for her, and whatever. That's fine. The cutscene could have used a little bit more like, oh, hey, by the way, main character, let's give you some explanation of stuff. They kind of just, like, did the exposition without even, like, specifying who it was for. And so it felt like it was our uncle and Archimedes talking to each other about stuff that both of them already knew. But, so that's a little clunky. It's okay. I do like that this is kind of a version of the usual go get 3 things, like most Zelda games, like go get the 3 emblems, get the 3 medallions, go get whatever. And in this case, it's no, we had them. We need to take them back. That's fun. Deliver the emblems. Now, Fish Lady, I can't help but notice that your butt is hanging out. That's a little concerning. I assume that you're the Gill folk.
I cannot wait to take the sacred emblem of Ocean back to Sumeria, but it was decided that you should help Ambassador Iron Talon first, as the situation in Pirta is not as stable as it is in my home. I am looking forward to working with you later.
Alright, her face, a little horrifying, I'm not gonna lie. Ordinarily, I'm a big fan of solid black eyes. I think they're cool. In this case, they're a little unsettling. It's probably like the slightly chiseled looking face. Can't tell if these things on the side of her head are part of her body or part of her clothing. Because they kind of read as barnacles, but they've got like what look like eyes on the ends. So, you have 4 eyes? I mean, I know that like in the Zelda games, Princess Ruto has like surprise eyes on the side of her head, so that's a thing. And then you must be the Aurus. I'm trying to remember if there were Aurus in the previous game. I feel like there were Gill folk, but only like obliquely referenced. It's been a long time since I played the first game. I really should have played it before playing this one. But this does illustrate. So we look at him. It looks like they're doing, yeah. So we can see like his feathers on the side of his head, right? Um, and we can see the feathers on his hands here. But there's also an effect being applied to him that sort of makes the feathers like poke out from him, gives him like a little fur in addition to the feathers that are just like drawn onto his chest. It looks like it's the same effect, yeah, that you'd see in Viva Pinata or on what's the dog? Dark Souls. Sif? Acerola has a really good video about how that effect works. Ooh, and it's doing weird stuff around its eyes. That's interesting. It can be kind of a tricky thing to work with, especially since it seems like the shader that they're using doesn't go beyond the edges of the mesh, which is almost certainly on purpose, but because they didn't want him to look fuzzy, they wanted him to look soft, or slightly different, but still interesting effect that maybe doesn't completely work here.
Nice to meet you, young knights. It gives me great joy to bring the sacred emblem of Earth back to my homeland, Pirta. I have arranged a boat that will take us to the great jungle of Pirta. I will await you at the harbor tomorrow morning.
Okay. His cape kind of reads as like a more like a sweater tied over someone's shoulders, so his aesthetic is a little confusing, in a perfectly fine way. Mayfair, do you have anything we need to hear about? It just says again, so I think no. Follow me, I'll take you back to the station. Let's go. Cool, and we're just dropped into the city. Excellent. Alright, laptop, calm down. Hi, Knight of Arcadia. Welcome to the White City, the greatest city that ever stood on Gaia. The Royal Palace is in the center of the city. That's where the Grand Regent and genius inventor Archimedes works and lives. Arcadian tarot cards portray the heroes and villains of Arcadia, but I can't help but think there's something magical about those cards. Of which... Oh, want to play cards? Let's play. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Now, we are, of course, going to use our shiny new guy. We're going to use ones that are directional. So that'll give us some options. And then, this one, I guess, kind of a balanced. Let's see how we do. He's got pretty decent cards, it seems like. Excellent. Oof. Alright, so this is not the move. This will get us definitely 1, maybe 2. Nice. Cool. Handy win. Okay, you earned your victory. Now pick your prize. Iron Talon. Good gander at what that is. Oh, that's also in this set. I guess that completes our level 2 cards. We're in 6, so that's alright.
The White City and its unmatched magnitude.
Lively as ever.
I wonder if this is a shop, based on the fact that the sign looks like a shop. Totally is. What do you have? What would you like to buy? Interesting that so far, don't mind me just vandalizing a little bit. So far, shops only sell consumables. I don't know if that's gonna hold steady, but hey, nothing. I don't want to play Tarak. The only people that we can talk to kind of looks like it. What about you? You look stationary. You have a nice card collection. I hear the best players in the whole city play in the Red Herring Inn. The more cards you collect, the better cards people bring to matches. Keep collecting more cards to get your hands on some rare ones. So we will once again this guy and this guy and this guy. This one did work out for us last time, so we'll grab it, and this one just to balance this out, I guess. I wonder strategically, like, is it better to go first or second? Okay, we could go ahead and seize that one using this. Somewhat modest attack, so I'm actually a little tempted to plop, or defense, so I'm gonna plop this down. I'm tempted to do this. Now that one's, locked for me. Oof. Damn. Alright, we have messed up. We've messed up badly, actually. Because I'm going to play this one, and then he's going to take it. Yeah. Yes, I would like a rematch. Alright, I kind of wish that it remembered what my last hand was, because I'm gonna pick the same ones. Alright, me first. Alright, they've got a down, an up, and a left. So if I put this here, they either have to use one of their downs. They have a bunch of. Do that. Thanks. Put this down. Get my card back. Now they're probably gonna claim that from me. No. Yes. It. Shit. This isn't going poorly. To put this down, and that would be a coin flip. You put this here, then we'll get our card back, but then he'll take a card from us. Alright, so now we're playing at disadvantage. Hey, that's a very lucky pull. So get our card back there. So squeaked out a win. Don't feel good about that win at all. Pick a card. Level 6 Shield of Cronus. That sounds good. Three and 9. With direction of up and down. Get the impression that the direction stuff is more important than I have grokked yet. There are 5 bloodstone things here and 6 chests. You guys come from that direction.
Hey, Jen. Do you think the palace is the biggest building in the world?
The Great Forest Shrine Pyramid is bigger.
Get wrecked.
Alright, we can go to the lower town from here.
Or we can read this. Criminal hunt Sir Sting-a-Lot. Bloody hungry Sir Sting-a-Lot has escaped the White City prison. Visit the prison to get more details about his escape and his suspected whereabouts. Did I already accept that one, I think? I'm amused that it's like, go to the lower city, and I'm like, or what if we climbed up on top of some buildings? Why did I do this? Oh, how did this benefit me? Did this benefit me? I am not convinced it did. Invisible wall. Ooh. Bots though. $1. Alright, so what we're looking at here, the decal, which is to say a texture applied on top of another texture. And this decal, it looks like it's using normal maps. I'm pretty sure it's using normal maps to give the impression of having depth, when there actually isn't any. When we look at it this way, we can see like, oh, it's actually like completely flat. There's no like the wall hasn't actually been chipped into. But what normal maps do is they affect how light interacts with the surface, which can help sell the illusion up to a point. Normal maps, the more oblique an angle you look at them on, the less convincing they are. Weird that we can't climb down. But when you're talking about like relatively direct angles and stuff, normal maps are great. They're used to smooth out shapes. Like you can have a very blocky, like I'm betting that this pipe, yeah. So like if we look closely at this pipe, down at the bottom there, you can see how there's actually like pretty pointed corners. It's probably like 24 sides to this pipe, but the normal maps make it smooth. Looks like it's got, you know, hundreds of facets and an actual curve to it, even though it does not. It definitely does not. Meanwhile, this barrel is not using them, and it's deliberately very like angled because it's made out of planks.
Go on, pick that one up too. I know you can't resist.
Arbor, okay. All these things. Alright, I'm gonna just walk in here. There we go, game saved. Not me using bombs and doors. Okay, I was about to say I'm unsure if there's self-damage from the bombs. There is. And the map for this room is so like did a pre-render of it, probably using an orthographic camera, and that had to be it. All right, game progress saved. We're gonna call it here for this episode. In our next episode, we will go to the inn and find out what's going on. But hopefully, y'all are enjoying my somewhat leisurely stroll through this game. I know I'm having a good time. Yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.